insecurity occasioned by terrorism and banditry goes beyond religious sentiments, says U.S. envoy at meeting with President Tinubu.
The terrorism has no color and no religion and no tribe. People of all religions and all tribes are dying as a result of terrorists.
Experts at IMF and World Bank annual meeting acknowledge Nigeria's economic reforms, say it's working.
Reforms are taking strong root and that the impact is beginning to be felt.
We will intervene to make the executive arm meet your demands, Senate tells striking ASU.
The President has directed that everything should be done to resolve this matter so that schools will reopen.
Good evening, Nigeria. I'm Lami Ali, and this is NTA Network News live from Abuja. Tonight, we have stories shaping the nation. From Lagos, Hingino John Adams brings us the pulse of the nation's economic powerhouse. And in business, Benny Adams tracks the markets, money moves, and major financial shifts. So, Benny, what are the closing numbers today?
Well, it's been a week of gains from the IMF meetings in Washington, D.C., where Nigerians are making their voices heard in the business community globally, down to the stocks in Nigeria gaining positives 4 straight days of greens. We'll give you details during the course of the bulletin.
And in the sports corner, Badi Adele serves the top scores, records, and winning moments, lighting up the world of athletics. Badi, tell us what you have for us.
Well, good news for the women. Nigeria bagged no less than 8 nominations in the 2025 CAF Awards nominees list for the women. And of course, the Super Eagles have just moved 4 places in the FIFA rankings.
Well, this newscast is streaming live on our website, nta.ng/live. NTA is also on X as NTA News Now, and you can follow us across other social media platforms on the NTA. Our handles are displayed. Now, let's get started. The United States has acknowledged that insecurity in parts of Nigeria is not a religious affair, describing terrorism as a global concern which requires collaborations of countries of the world to tackle. Senior advisor to United States President Donald Trump for Arab and African Affairs, Masad Bulus, visited President Bola Tinubu in Rome, Italian capital, to discuss various issues bordering on security in Nigeria and Africa. State House correspondent Ms. Barden will have reports that the meeting behind closed doors focused on countering terrorism and maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea. The U.S. presidential advisor recognized the efforts of Nigerian government under President Tinubu in the fight against insecurity and promised continuous collaboration of U.S. in the area of information and technology sharing in this direction.
The Lake Chad Basin is of extreme concern to all of us, not just people in the sub-region, but to the entire world, to Europe and the United States and the entire world. It's a very serious concern, and we're working towards combating it, and we will be cooperating and continue to cooperate towards combating this serious problem in the region.
On the allegation of religious persecution in Nigeria by a U.S. lawmaker, the envoy stated that the insecurity occasioned by terrorism and banditry goes beyond religious sentiments, but that it's an issue demanding collective efforts to end.
The terrain well know that terrorism has no color and no religion and no tribe. People of all religions and all tribes are dying as a result of terrorist acts. But it's very unfortunate. We even know that Boko Haram and ISIS are killing more Muslims than Christians. So people are suffering from all sorts of backgrounds. This is not specifically targeted about one group or the other. However, any loss of life is too many. One is too many, and we should work together in partnership to put an end to this.
Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitments to advancing South-South and Triangular Cooperation (SSTC) to transform agri-food systems and promote sustainable development across the global South. Speaking at the World Food Forum's Ministerial Dialogue in Rome, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kari emphasized the critical role of SSTC in driving agricultural innovation and food security. The dialogue themed SSTC as a catalyst for agri-food system transformation convened ministers from developing nations to share experiences and strategize on collaborative efforts. Kari highlighted Nigeria's successful partnerships with FAO in China, which have facilitated technology transfer, farmer training, aquaculture growth, and the creation of regional multi-service extension centers.
Nigeria to champion and establish backbone to take full advantage of the mechanism that is involved with the SSTC. One is the National Coordination and Governance, that is to establish a national South-South Cooperation Steering Committee, which will be led by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, with representation from the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, the country office of FAO and other United Nations agencies, and of course the private sector and the academia.
Nigeria has continued to hold a series of bilateral meetings with development partners and international financial institutions as the ongoing IMF World Bank annual meetings. Muplang Dakok reports from Washington, D.C. that the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka-Annette, described the engagements as impactful and productive, noting that the government is committed to ensuring Nigerians feel the benefits of ongoing economic reforms, which have received commendation from both the World Bank and the IMF.
The reforms are taking strong roots and that the impact is beginning to be felt. So within a very short time, we see that translating to more job creation, more social investment, more growth in even private investment. Access to capital will improve, cost of doing business in Nigeria will drop, cost of capital also begins to drop. The central bank has started dropping their monetary policy rate, which is a positive again.
The Nigerian delegation is also advocating increased access to finance for entrepreneurs, reduction in the cost of capital, and policies to boost job creation across key sectors. Meanwhile, Nigeria and Angola have signed an MOU on technical cooperation. The agreement signed by CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso and his Angolan counterpart Manuel Thiago Diaz seeks to strengthen bilateral cooperation, enhance capacity building and improve cross-border supervision and cybersecurity information sharing between both central banks.
We have similar problems. It's an opportunity for us to strengthen, build in some cases, strengthen in other cases, regional understanding and regional cooperation. This is really a landmark for both organizations and for both countries.
In other news, the Coordinating Minister of Health, Professor Muhammad Al-Pati, says President Bola Tinubu's macroeconomic reforms have enabled states to join the health sector revitalization program. He announced this as the World Bank's Health Works Leaders Coalition in Washington, D.C., highlighting achievements including the 70,000 retained health workers, 20 million Nigerians insured, and 80 million new visits to 8,500 revitalized health facilities.
6 state governors to agree with clear asks and offers with accountability matrices so that we can track our collective performance over time. Since then, we've achieved major milestones in terms of Nigeria's move towards a coordinated sector-wide financing and the accountability framework, with the outcome that we have now clearly organized incentive mechanism for subnational actors, for all actors across the chain.
Now, the federal government is assuring of timely completion of ongoing reconstruction works on the Shagamu-Ore-Benin Expressway, emphasizing that the roads remain key drivers of economic development under President Bola Tinubu's administration. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, stated this while inspecting the ongoing reconstruction work on the roads. Lukman Adefeso's report is here presented.
The Minister of Works, David Umahi, who commenced the road inspection from the Shagamu interchange, expressed satisfaction with the progress of work on the reinforced concrete pavement. The minister announced that the first section of the 24-kilometer stretch from Shagamu interchange to Iparu Junction is nearing completion, with 8.1 kilometers of one side of the dual carriageway already completed, and urged the contractors to expedite work on the remaining 96 kilometers from Iparu Junction to Itele axis.
Width of the carriageway is 12 meters, and the thickness of the pavement is 200, and it's done by wide 20 millimeter roads at 200.
He emphasized that road construction under President Tinubu's administration meets global standards. The minister also inspected the ongoing reconstruction of the damaged Alapako-Ogumakin flyover and the Ojo end of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, where he also gave a pass mark on the quality of work done and declared the reconstruction of the Lagos-Ibadan road completed.
Road is the catalyst, and it is the GDP that grows other GDP. So the president is aware of this, and you can see the quality of the road the president is building.
He, however, decried the dumping of refuse on federal highways and announced plans to install solar-powered streetlights, CCTV cameras, and plant trees along the Lagos-Ibadan and Shagamu-Benin-Ore expressways.
We move to the National Assembly, where the Senate has appealed to the members of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, ASU, to call off the 2-week warning strike with a promise that it would ask the federal government to move upwards the 35% salary increase being offered to the university lecturers. At an intervention meeting this Friday, the Senate, through its Committee on Tertiary Education and TETS Fund, also promised to engage the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, with regards to allegations from ASU that he is planning to take part of the land belonging to the University of Abuja. Aside the lingering 2009 agreements on improved funding for universities, which ASU has been agitating, executive of the union informed the Senate latest developments that are of concern to its members. ASU commended President Tinubu for the 7-year moratorium on establishment of tertiary institutions in Nigeria and the 150 billion naira allocation to universities, but says it does not agree with the sharing formula the Ministry of Education has come up with.
The first tranche of 50 billion has been released, and it is currently with the Ministry of Education. The money has not reached universities yet. One of the reasons is because the Ministry of Education, in their own wisdom, want to spread the money to universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. And ASU is saying this committee, this Senate has approved an appropriation, and that money is for universities.
Anybody coming from anywhere in the world that is interested in university education, the first port of call will be University of Abuja. Distinguished senators, you will be helping that university if you stop the minister from taking any piece of land from that university.
Senate assured ASU that it will take steps to address all concerns.
Agreement is agreement, as I've always said. They should be able to live up to expectations whenever they go into any form of agreement, especially with us.
We can face the Ministry of Education together with them by Tuesday or Wednesday to ensure that our children are back to school, and also to ensure that the government look into the immediate and the long-term measures to be taken to resolve most of the lingering situation.
If you give me allowance to buy a book, you don't collect tax from that book. If you collect the tax, then what is left will not be enough for me to buy the book.
When it comes to appropriation, when budgets are brought, we should be able to know where to support.
Meanwhile, the Deputy President of the Senate, Barrow Jibrin, says President Tinubu has already instructed quick resolution of the crisis.
The President has directed that everything should be done to resolve this matter so that schools will reopen immediately. So we also commend Mr. President for his concerns.
It is another yearly reminder for nations to commit towards ending poverty as the world commemorates the International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, a day set aside to amplify the advocacy that ending poverty is not only about income, but about dignity, justice, and belonging, with the theme ending social and institutional maltreatment by ensuring respect and effective support for families. In this special report, Ruth Aguela examines federal government's efforts in poverty reduction.
Poverty is indeed a global crisis and not peculiar to Nigeria. A struggle that has posed concerns demanding urgent interventions. Going by a recent World Bank report, estimates show that about 139 million Nigerians are living in poverty. Could this figure be interpreted in a multidimensional index?
The issue of poverty could be multidimensional. So when we say multidimensional, it simply look at a different thing. Even access to social amenities could be poverty to some people. Access to potable water is also poverty. So when we say multi-dimension, it means they look at it from different perspectives and conclude that yes, there is poverty. But multi-dimension could mean different things in different manners.
As the world commemorates the International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, it seeks to promote dialogues towards ending poverty across nations, build institutions that help families stay together, thrive, and shape their future. For Nigeria, the federal government is pulling strings to change the narrative, with interventions geared towards lifting millions out of poverty.
We are working on renewable energy, solar. We had training in 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Farmers and youth who are involved in cassava farming, rice farming, and most importantly also government enterprises and empowerment program to give out free collateral, free interest loan to 21,000 Nigerians of 300,000 each farmer.
We've carried out free medical outreach across the state because health is wealth. We've empowered pregnant women by giving them free delivery kits. We'll continue to reach out to communities to empower them. And it's part of the Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Improving social safety net programs is a task before the federal government by building resilience through collective efforts, with the theme ending social and institutional maltreatment by ensuring respect and effective support for families, an urgent call to put families first, promote social protection and end poverty in all its forms everywhere. In Abuja, Ruth Aguela, NTA News.
You're watching News at 9 on NTA. We take a break now. More reports in a moment. To stay.
Get ready, Nigeria. The world is coming to Abuja,
where Africa meets the world.
On Monday, 20th October 2025.
The Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, hosts a national unveiling of the World Public Relations Forum, WPRF Abuja 2026, by the Honorable Minister.
Thank you for saying. Governors elected on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC, are in Birnin Kebbi State to deliberate on key national developmental issues. Top on the agenda is that of ASU strike and insecurity in some parts of the country. Correspondent Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa reports.
The 24 governors elected on the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC, with a few represented by deputies, began deliberations with a closed-door session which lasted over 4 hours, with a communique presented by the forum chairman and Imo State Governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma.
The PGF reaffirmed its faith in a united, secure, prosperous Nigeria. The forum committed to strengthening policy coordination, building interstate collaboration, and driving innovation across states.
The forum eventually met with party members and other stakeholders, reminding them of the gains of the Tinubu-led administration.
If you go to the National Assembly every day, you see senators and House of Reps people leaving their parties and joining APC. You turn your left side, you see governors leaving their parties and joining APC. It is not born out of nothing. It is the conviction that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has performed.
I assure you, the APC-led administration in the state will continue to execute meaningful projects.
The event was attended by ministers, senators, House of Representative members, and top APC officials. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Mohammed Bawa, NTA News.
To promote self-reliance, cushion economic hardship and strengthen party unity, the senator representing Sokoto North Senatorial District, Aliyu Magata Karda Umaku, has empowered over 1,000 supporters of the All Progressives Congress APC in Sokoto South Senatorial District with various empowerment packages. The third phase of the initiative is designed to boost small-scale enterprises and improve household incomes across the district. Abdullahi Umar Ilalu has the details.
The third time Senator Aliyu Magatakar Dawamaku has extended empowerment support to members of the All Progressives Congress APC in Sokoto State. The materials distributed include 200 motorcycles, 200 water pumping machines, 200 grinding machines and assorted food items. Flagging of the distribution, Senator Wamako, represented at the event, maintains that the gesture reflects his continued commitment to uplifting party supporters and helping them become self-reliant and productive.
We are very proud of his representation. We are very proud of his wisdom and kind gesture.
Beneficiaries, visibly excited, expressed gratitude for the support and pledged to make good use of the items to improve their livelihoods. The special assistant to the Senator on Media and Publicity, Bashar Abubakar, described the empowerment as a step in the right direction, noting that Senator Wamako remains a senator without borders, whose efforts continue to impact lives at the grassroots.
This is one out of many that he has been doing to bring succor to the people of Sokoto State, not only the zone he represents. We call on them to use this opportunity given to them by Senator Aliyu Magatakar Dawamaku.
Some APC stalwarts commended the senator's foresight and pledged their continued loyalty and support to him and the party. In Sokoto, Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
Countdown to the November 8 Anambra State governorship election, residents are echoing that creating enabling environments devoid of insecurity and infrastructural gap will ultimately trigger democratic culture and trust that will make citizens enthusiastic to participate in elections. Dora and we sought their views in our reports.
Every election cycle is an opportunity for the electorate to elect functionaries of government that will work in achieving the demand and expectations of its people. In Anambra State, residents have their view on the challenges on ground and way forward.
All the areas that requires to be touched needed to be touched, both in education, both infrastructure, both in attracting foreign direct investments to Anambra State.
Environmental reclamation, yes. Good road network, pipe-borne water.
They advise the incoming governor, in addition to other issues, to also address the ecological challenges of the state, as Anambra is almost becoming endemic to erosion.
Whoever that is coming in for the next governor, please, he or she should concentrate on security.
As the election day draws near, the electorates are reminded to uphold their democratic culture by ensuring that they are not disenfranchised, even as expectations are high that the election will be free, fair and credible. In Onitsha, Dora Enwe, NTA News.
Globacom Telecommunication Nigeria, the lead sponsor of Onitsha Ofala Festival, has held an evening with its numerous customers, kickstarting the 2025 edition at the CJ Patterson Hall in Onitsha. Uchenna Wikuyo has the details.
The entertainment was electrifying for guests and numerous subscribers of the Globacom Telecommunications Network in celebration of the Onitsha Pre-Ofala Festival.
I am happy being with Glo and I am excited for them sponsoring this event.
Ofala is a traditional thing, and for growth to come in shows that they are partnering with the cultural heritage of our land.
Ofala Festival is the best of all I can say I've witnessed.
For the Globacom network, a lot more will be unveiled in the course of the festival as an appreciation package to their numerous customers.
Ofala is a rich traditional festivity that happens here in Onitsha. So Glo has partnered with that heritage to ensure that we take it to the next level, where we'll be talking about exposing or taking Ofala to international standard, where people all around the world will see the true heritage of the Onitsha people. We are going to be giving out brand new cars, brand new sewing machines, brand new keke napep and all of that to our teaming subscribers. And that is part of the way that Glo has decided to give back to the people of Onitsha. If you have not got a SIM, it's a unique opportunity to join the train, join the Glo network and experience all the fantastic products that we have on the network.
Globacom Nigeria Unlimited has been at the forefront of promoting the rich cultural heritage in Nigeria. In Onitsha, Uchenna Wikuyo, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated Nigerian lawyer Tolu Obamuru on his promotion to partner at White & Case LLP, a top global law firm. The president hailed the feat as a testimony to Nigerian excellence and global competence, noting that Tolu's success reflects the renewed hope vision of Nigerians excelling worldwide through merit and integrity. Let's now head to Lagos, Nigeria's bustling commercial capital, where Hingino is standing by with latest trends from that center. Hello, Hingino.
And welcome to Lagos. To foster a better relationship with a view to enhancing national development, the Zonal Director of NTA Lagos Network Center, Evelyn Nwosu, and her management team have visited the Nigeria Customs Service Semi-Border Command. The collaboration is also expected to create awareness on important national issues. Adejoke Odeka has the details.
Recognizing the importance of strong relationships, the Nigerian Television Authority NTA Lagos Network Center Management paid a courtesy visit to the Customs Area Command in Seme-Border, underscoring commitment to collaboration and synergy.
This is Seme, the border between Nigeria and Benin Republic, where trade facilitation is done and checking of smuggling.
Noting the key roles of the Nigeria Customs to national security, the Zonal Director, NTA Lagos Network Center, Evelyn Nwosu, sought to strengthen media relations, foster collaboration and understanding despite the distance.
It's exciting to know that we can do a whole lot more. NTA is not just telling you what decisions, NTA is telling you the implication and what this portends for the country if it is not done. So it's a relationship that I know is going to bring a whole lot more and the information people need.
The Area Comptroller of Customs, Seme-Border Command, Wale Adenuga, expressed delight in hosting the NTA management team, describing the visit as a harbinger of a new chapter in the relationship between both organizations.
Let's reach the grassroots. People want to hear it directly from the source. Some people want to know that if NTA did not pick the story, it's not genuine. And that's why you still see a lot of people, they watch NTA news and then coming from different centers. So it's a good one, and I think we here in Seme, we are ready to partner with you. We are ready to open up. Let's see what we are doing.
The visit is expected to yield enhanced synergy and strengthen the working relationship between the Nigeria Customs Service and the NTA. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
As technology advances and digital dependence grows, reliable network quality becomes vital for ensuring seamless experiences and maintaining competitiveness. How to achieve this, improve quality of network, and address other associated challenges formed discussions at the 94th Consumer Parliament of the Nigerian Communications Commission in Lagos. Adejoke Odeka once again has more.
The 94th edition of the Telecom Consumer Parliament, TCP, themed Addressing Network Quality for Improved Consumer Experience, underscores the significance of commitment to tracking progress and confronting challenges head-on.
The Parliament embodies the very spirit of democracy, a government of the people and by the people, built on the pillars of transparency, participation. Last year, the Commission issued an updated quality of service regulation, setting clear and measurable performance benchmark for all operators.
The Executive Vice Chairman, NCC, Aminu Maida, as well as other infrastructure providers and operators, emphasized the importance of improvement, stating that the Commission, in collaboration with key stakeholders, is proactively implementing stringent measures to safeguard critical telecom infrastructure and promoting responsible data usage.
We need more investments into the sector, which we have already seen coming in. This year alone, we're seeing over $1 billion, which is more than what we saw in the past 2 to 3 years. So that's the first step. The second step is to strengthen our regulations.
We've had a very detailed plan from the service providers on the updates and improvements that need to be done.
The 94th edition of TCP concluded with a thought-provoking panel session where participants reiterated the importance of shared responsibility in driving progress. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Lagos. Next is business.
Is truly Nigeria's #1.
Thanks for staying. It's now time to talk business. Nigeria's Tony Elumelu, speaking at the Washington meeting, tells the global community that Africans deserve the same opportunities others enjoy, and that it begins with systems that work. He adds that to build prosperity, stakeholders must form smart public-private partnerships anchored on trust, accountability, and transparency.
Digital inclusion in the 21st century is economic inclusion. If we want to deal with inequality, if we want to create and democratize prosperity across the globe, we must deal with some of these issues we are talking about here. So yes, we need smart partnerships that work. Smart partnerships that can help mobilize investment from domestic across the continent and from private sector across the globe without putting pressure on government. But government must provide accountability, transparency, and help to create the enabling environment that will allow the private capital to mobilize to work for people.
Now, talking about accountability across systems, the Federal Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment says findings from the Informal Economy Report 2025 by microfinance institutions will guide fresh policy interventions to strengthen Nigeria's informal sector, which remains the backbone of economic activity across the country. Launched in collaboration with SMEDEN and other partners, the report paints a mixed picture of resilience and vulnerability within the informal economy. It reveals that 79% of informal businesses have experienced higher cost of operations in the past year, while 39% make daily profits below 10,000 naira. According to the ministry, the findings provide valuable data to design targeted initiatives that can improve access to finance, formalization and productivity in the sector. The report further shows that 65% of informal businesses recorded increased revenue, but only 47% saw corresponding growth.
For trade to thrive across Africa.
With critical support from International Finance Corporation, as well as the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, SMIDAN, and other stakeholders, we have continued to provide policymakers and ecosystem stakeholders with data and insight that can drive inclusive and evidence-based decisions.
Businesses that earn 50 million naira and below are exempted from company income tax.
Now, listed equities closed the week on a positive note as investors gained 395 billion naira. It's been a sea of wins in 4 of the 5 trading sessions as the all-share index advanced by 0.42% to close at 148,977.64 basis points, up from 148,355.4 basis points. And day by day, that modest increase was driven by renewed interest in heavyweight stocks like Narco, Vitafoam, and Abuja, among others. And looking at the numbers from South Africa recorded the BS today after recording 3 days of bulls. Looking at the Tunisia Tune Index, this is the first time in the week that Tunisia is recording this increase of 0.11%. That is it on business at this time.
Many thanks, Baini. Now, accounting professionalism demands efficient allocation and utilization of resources to ensure maximal value for citizens. These are words of President and Chairman of Council Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN, at its 5th session of 2025 mandatory continuing professional development program held at Ahmed Bello International Conference Center in Bauchi. Muazu Hassan reports.
The 5th session provides a platform for professional accountants to engage in intellectual discourse, share insight, and refine their expertise.
As professionals who play a key role in driving financial integrity, corporate accountability, and public trust, the need for continuous development cannot be overemphasized.
FCPD is designed to empower us, members of this association, with the tools and knowledge to navigate these changes successfully. Over time, the association has deliberately alternated and interlinked the concept of corporate value creation and public value management, thereby emphasizing that accountability and reporting should go beyond financial outcomes.
We are proud of such trainings that have shaped us, not just as accountants, but as leaders in public service.
While corporate value creation and reporting is the theme for the session, which holds great significance in evolving socio-economic landscape of Nigeria, effective expenditure measures, rigorous audits, and robust performance management systems remain paramount. In Bauchi, Muaz Hassan, NTA News.
Now, prominent Nigerians have acknowledged the contributions to legislative progress and deepening of Nigeria's democracy by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies under the leadership of Professor Abubakar Suleiman. This was at the unveiling of 2 books marking the 60th birthday of the Director General in Abuja. Muhammad Rabiu Ali was there.
The 2 books titled Transformative Leadership in Practice, Kneels Under Abubakar Suleiman, and Destiny, Character and Leadership, Abubakar Suleiman's Story, have 10 and 9 chapters in that order.
Nigeria has significantly aided professionalization within the National Assembly
In addition to supporting the legislature with bills drafting, motion formulation, debate preparation, research services.
A life of purpose and service is aptly captured in this book, with a foreword written by Professor Ibrahim Agboola Gambari.
This has been amply demonstrated by his capacity building efforts and innovation, which has transformed the Institute into an efficient and effective national institution.
Today, the leadership of this country, through President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is very determined to leave behind a better country for posterity. We are working in the National Assembly in collaboration with youth to transform the legislative structure of the country.
You have kept faith with me. You have done everything possible. Whatever the achievements we have made in news, if not for government council support, we wouldn't have got anywhere.
The author received encomium from the past and present leadership of the National Assembly, traditional rulers, and other eminent Nigerians on his landmark contribution to the nation's legislative practice and development. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA.
We bring you another set of messages, after which comes sports updates. Do stay.
Let's talk sports on Network News tonight, as Rashidata Ajibade and Esther Okoronko have been named among the top contenders for the 2025 CAF Africa Women's Player of the Year award, following a stellar year that saw them power Nigeria to a record-extending 10th WAFCON title. Chiamaka Nadozie has been shortlisted for the Goalkeeper of the Year award, while promising talent Shakirat Moshood of Bayelsa Queens made the Young Player of the Year list. Coach Justin Madogu of Super Falcons and Bankole Olowokere of the Under-17 women's team have both been nominated for the Women's Coach of the Year, while Bayelsa Queens are up for the Club of the Year, just as both the Super Falcons and Nigeria's Under-17 team are nominated for the National Team of the Year. Now, Super Falcons head coach Justin Madogu has unveiled a squad for the team's 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Benin Republic. Madogu has listed 21 players for the final qualifying round fixture, sticking with the team that won the country a 10th African title. The first leg of their qualifying fixture will hold in Lome on Saturday, 25th October, while the return leg is slated for the MQ Abiola Sports Arena, Abeokuta, on Tuesday, the 28th of October. The winner will earn a place at the WAFCON 2026 finals, which will be hosted by Morocco. To the men now, Nigeria has made a notable leap in the latest FIFA World Rankings, climbing 4 places from the 45th spot to 41st globally and securing the 5th spot in Africa. The Super Eagles' rise reflects a gain of 11.6 points, boosted by back-to-back victories during the latest international window. 2022 World Cup semi-finalist Morocco remain Africa's highest-ranked team at 12th in the world, followed by Senegal in 18th, Egypt in 32nd, and Algeria in 35th. And that does it on Sports Tonight. Let's now return to Lami.
And that also brings us to the end of the news. We thank you for being a part of it. Do have a good weekend. I'm Lami Ali.